Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is May 16th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery, and this is this morning. So you can see the marine layer pushed in across Southern California. A lot of the coastal regions all the way up and down the coastline are in some of those low clouds. You can see some areas do have some sunshine, and if you get into the interior portions there, not many clouds to speak of, but we do have an ongoing thunderstorm here across portions of Arizona. You can see the snow-capped mountains across the Sierra Nevada. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to back up into, or it's yesterday. So this is yesterday morning here, and you can see again the marine layer out there, and you see some thunderstorm activity across Utah and Arizona. But as we go on in through the afternoon hours, look at that. You can see the first thunderstorm pop off across some of the southern Sierra Nevada here, and then you can see additional thunderstorms moving down towards the transverse ranges, just as we talked about. The models did a pretty good job with this. Central Sierra Nevada sort of kicking off a couple storms also, and you can see kind of a lot of lightning there across some of the transverse ranges here and across the desert areas in northwest Arizona. And as we scroll towards the afternoon and evening hours, you can see, probably over 100 lightning strikes out there. And again, thunderstorms popping off across the Sierra Nevada, shedding their clouds across some of the valley areas. So then you go into the nighttime hours, and you can see a few lightning strikes did manage to continue overnight for some of the desert areas, as you see. And as we went through this morning, then you'll see another thunderstorm pop up right there. And then I think one is ongoing right now, correct, right there. So interesting stuff. And we may have that chance here over the next few days, again, for the Sierra Nevada mainly, and portions of Arizona today. We'll take a look at that here coming up because the SPC isn't really talking about it too much. And just a reminder here, the National Weather Service puts out nice reminders like this. Look before you lock out there. If you're leaving your pets or your children in the car out there, it can be deadly for them. It can be deadly for adults if you were to lock them in the car for that matter as well. So just going to keep that in the back of your mind. And mountain storms, you guys know the drill, especially off across the backcountry of the Sierra Nevada. This time of year, you can get a pop-up thunderstorm here with not much warning. Now, taking a look at high temperatures today, a bit cooler than yesterday. You can see Sacramento 85, Willows, Red Bluff, Redding still pushing 90, though Modesto and Merced getting to the lower 90s here as well. And if you want that relief, get out to the coastline. They get Eureka, Fort Bragg, a nice chilly 60 degrees. Now, this is looking across portions of Arizona. I wanted to highlight this. There is a chance for a thunderstorm here across portions of Flagstaff and on into eastern Arizona and towards New Mexico. Here you can see not really much of a chance here for Phoenix. And this, the high temperatures here today. And by the way, we will have more on the thunderstorm activity here in a moment. And looking at high temperatures here today, again, Palm Springs thermal, you're talking about 30 plus degrees warmer than the coastal areas here. So you guys know where to go if you like heat or if you want the cool down. Phoenix Metro starting to push 100 degrees here as we go through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, we're starting to warm up a little bit here. It is that time of the year after all. And May 16th, check this out, 1995, a weak tornado on F0 touched down in Whittier, California, tearing through a chain link fence, lofting trash cans, and downing tree limbs here. So interesting stuff there. I used to live in Whittier, California for a few months back in the day. Now, taking a look at the SPC, you'll notice they don't have that thunderstorm threat here, but I'm going to show you some of the weather models here in a moment. And this is, again, thunderstorm activity does not highlight much across California here, but you can see it across portions of Arizona and New Mexico. Now, if we look at that's day 2 again here, but I'm going to show you the high resolution rapid refresh. So this is the 12Z run. It goes out 48 hours. And as we go through the day today, you can see that thunderstorm activity off to the east, and the HER doesn't really show much here also for the next few days across the Sierra Nevada. You see, as I scrolled through the 48-hour period here, you didn't see anything pop up. However, on the National Blend of Models, as we go through today, you can see precipitation amounts occurring that probably would be in the form of thunderstorm activity if it is correct. And tomorrow afternoon, yet again, let's go through Saturday afternoon. It looks like we get a bit of a break maybe as we move on into next week from that thunderstorm regime across the Sierra Nevada. Looking at the North American model here, high resolution, let's put this into motion, and we will see that it does pop off a few showers here. So heads up, eyes on the sky there, just in case. Don't be lulled to sleep by the SPC, not forecasting these. And as we go through tomorrow as well, there's Friday, it does pop off some storms also. And as we go through Saturday, you notice it does it again, actually a bit better coverage as well. So we'll be monitoring that over the next few days as well. Now, if we take a look at high temperatures here, daily max 2-meter temperatures, state of California, desert areas really starting to warm up here this time of year, of course. And as we go through tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, a little bit of a cool down maybe coming this weekend for some area, and nothing too crazy though. We're not getting a big shot of, not a big cool down here, no big shot of a storm here rolling through the area. And you can kind of see we're dealing with these warmer temperatures here as we go on in through next week, some mid and upper 80s in the valley areas. Here's the 6 to 10 day. They do have the below average signal here still for the west. Still some troughs dropping down here, but the thing is, it would probably be moisture starved, but they may suppress temperatures at times as we go from May 24th, 1st to May 25th. And if we look at the 6 to 10 day, it continues to show this, but I'm really not seeing this signal for above average precipitation right now. They may just be looking at upper air heights and just kind of painting this on a bit blindly here. So I would definitely take that with a grain of salt. I would put this near normal if it was me forecasting for California. Now taking a look at the European last night. So what's going on here? You can see these troughs swinging through the Pacific Northwest. You can see some of these weak embedded systems in there, but they're probably not going to do much in the way of precipitation. This system right here may try to drop down the west coast. It could suppress temperatures as we go through next week. We'll be watching that one, but it would be moisture starved and probably not have much precipitation associated with it. If we look at the GFS, this allows us to look at a little bit further out, and again you see the trough swinging through the Pacific Northwest, kind of residual troughing out across the Pacific Ocean here. Shouldn't amount to much, but we will be watching that to see if that can kick off a storm or two. And then you can see that trough as we go through next week trying to drop down along the coast, but again that would be pretty moisture starved. What it would do is probably just suppress temperatures. As you can see, it would not allow a ridge to build over the state of California or the Southwest. And you can see the GFS, as always, paints this tropical storm out here. Let's back up and see how early we can see this little bugger out there. And in fact, let's do this. Let's bounce out towards the, we're going to go to Oceanic, and we're going to go to Pacific Ocean here. And let's just go to the entire basin here in the wide view. And we'll take a look at that little system out there. So yeah, you can see it showing up at what, about 117 hours, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So let's take a look at the European. We'll do last night's run so we can go out a bit further just to kind of see if it shows any semblance of that tropical system out there. And you can see it doesn't show anything. So until the European starts to show something like that, I don't even really worry too much about these tropical systems. The GFS continues to paint. So if you're playing along and looking at some of these weather model maps, keep that in the back of your mind. 8 to 14 days, still below normal here across much of the west coast. You know, it looks like just slightly so. And again, this precipitation outlook, that doesn't mean much for us right now. But if we take a look here at the 3-month drought outlook here, so we are expecting to develop some drought conditions across southern Nevada, northern Arizona, into extreme southern Utah and portions of New Mexico. But you see, we don't have anything scheduled to be coming up here as we go on into the summer months for the state of California. You know, we've done nicely the last couple of years, so drought free and supposed to remain so here for the next 3 months. This is looking at June 2024. So this is a May 16th forecast. This just came out today. Below average signal here for some portions of California, as you see, and some of the west, though, is above average signal. And as we go for precipitation here, you can kind of see not much of a signal, which I agree with as of right now. Taking a look at the seasonal temperature outlook for June, July, and August, the summer months upcoming here, and you can see the above average signal here for much of the west coast and below average for a lot of portions here, but not really including California, so that's a good thing, but not really looking at a big sign for a monsoon season right now. But again, that can change. We'll be watching that as we go. You know, got to take it with a grain of salt at that range. But anyway, yeah, watch out for that potential for a straight thunderstorm or two across the higher terrain. But yeah, some interesting storms blew up yesterday. And if you guys saw some of that, you know, maybe Tehachapi out there, some of the transverse ranges, desert areas, you know, let me know what you guys saw. Probably just kind of a quick thunderstorm activity there, and then it moves off across the region. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.